Hey y'all, it's Dave from Sarkman Gaming. I wanted to go over the Age of Empires 4 gameplay reveal trailer that was released this week and just share some of my thoughts as we go through this. Let's get started. First thing is the terrain. As you see that scout going over the cliff there, terrain looks pretty fantastic. I don't know why you'd zoom that close up on an RTS other than to get a screenshot. Nonetheless, it looks pretty great. One thing I do think is cool right here is the farms. You can tell the usage at a glance. You see when it's planted, it goes from green to beige, and they start harvesting it right there. You can see exactly how much you have left right at a glance when it's about time to reseed or if you've got some time left. So I'm going to assume that's what that means. I don't see why it wouldn't. If it is, that's a great touch. All right, well, we made it to a minute and a half before I found something I didn't like. And if you look at this battle here, the models just look bland. It looks pretty cartoonish, to be honest. It looks like Clash of Clans meets Evil Genius, the RTS. I dig the scaffolding on these buildings, though. The way that the buildings are being built, that's pretty stellar. That better stay in the game. They better not take that out. All right, if you look here, the Mongols can actually pack up their base and move shop. I don't know if they have a different resource gathering mechanic that would cause this to be advantageous over other factions. If they have the same gold, stone, and chopper wood mechanic the other factions do, I don't see how picking up and relocating would benefit you. I don't know everything that there is to know about the game yet. It is set to come out in the fall. I'm sure that we will see more reveals in the coming months. Just a quick note here. As these units are moving in the background, it does look like they're moving in formation. I don't know if that's going to be a setting, if we're still dealing with the produce units 1-to-1. It's 2021. I'd like to see that not happen and produce units by groups like a civilized RTS would do. Here we get to see that the edge of the forest, I don't know if it's the entire forest, but the edge of the forest at least can be used for cover and restrict the fog of war for your enemy. Not sure how useful this is going to be. I don't typically try to lie in wait during an RTS. My experience over the past 2 decades of playing them has been you need to attack. If you sit and wait, that's just a recipe for disaster. Nonetheless, it is a nice showcase that you can hide in the forest and the enemy walking right next to you will not be able to see you. Just another quick note, I didn't want to pass up the opportunity to express my displeasure with the models again, so if we just wait for the Castle Age to show up, you see these elephants coming in and they just look cartoonish, okay? I don't know what it is. It's upsetting. It is disrupting my chi. I hope they're not finished. So that's the last time I'm going to mention it, okay? 2 times in one video is enough. Make them less cartoony, okay? Please and thank you. Moving on, we have an example of the Imperial Age, and you see that fella right there just popped off some kind of ability. Let's go back and look at that again. So they're in formation. This guy does some sort of ability. Now, I don't know if that's a buff. I assume it's going to be some kind of a buff. That would make sense. Again, this is sort of play into the audience, because when I'm doing an RTS, I don't put my armies neat and in a line. I also don't march my guys outside the walls like we're trying to defend Winterfell from the Horde. It's a demo. They're just trying to show off the game. I understand it. If you watch right here, it looks like the pikemen set right before the horses charge. See that? Show that one more time. See, watch. Right there, right in the middle of the screen. As the horses are charging in, they seem to plant. Yeah, that's a nice touch right there. If that's actually functional, it's a nice touch. If it's non-functional, you can go kick rocks with that mess. Next item is the Trebuchets you see here. I think they need some work. They look a little bland to me. That's been a reoccurring theme in this video. They look a little bland. Right, here they are. They're getting set up. Yeah, and that's it. Woo! I am whelmed at the Trebuchets. Well, here we get to one of the more popular parts of the trailer that I've seen in the comments. The mass wololo that happens here. Looks like just a monk and a relic doing a mass convert. When I first saw it, it looked like it was 5 monks, but upon closer inspection, it looks to just be 1 monk with a relic doing the roses are red, violets are blue, wolololo, roses blue too. You see what I did there? After about 10 seconds of looking at this, I have to ask, why didn't you guys just shoot him? He's out in the open. I get it. It's a trailer. It's supposed to pump you up. I'm tearing it down again. I'm going to try to stop now. But I will fail. So that is definitely cool. Let's actually see it happen. I don't want to be, I don't want to miss it. There we go. Everyone's red. That guy just lost. All right, well, let's do some final thoughts. I know I said I was only going to mention it twice, but this is going to be the third time. I hope they work on the model some. They don't seem to fit right now. They do look a little cartoonish. So I'd like to see them work on that. I know we know at the offset, there's only 8 civilizations that you can play. I understand they're all supposed to actually play differently this time instead of just having your castle with the one unique unit and tech tree mitigations between the civilizations. I pray that it is going to be the case. Otherwise, I'm going to need a really good reason why you're taking like 35 factions away from me. I mean, I know there's not really that many in the second game, but there's a ton. So going from that amount to 8, that's a huge step back. So it better be fantastic, is all I'm saying. The last one's a bit of a personal gripe. People just seem to be over the moon for this thing. And if I may be frank, man, it looks kind of boring, honestly. It looks like Age of Empires 2. And I know there's a fan base out there. I still play the second one off and on. I got the HD edition and then I got the DE edition just a few weeks ago, actually, to just try it out again and scratch that itch. I played the original when I was growing up and I loved it then. But if we're being honest with ourselves, it's outdated. That whole single unit at a time, the slow movement, the like 50 minutes to play a match, that's for the birds now. I look at this and I compare it to something else like Dawn of War or Soulstorm or Dark Crusade, Winter Assault, stuff like that. There's machine guns and bombs and orbital bombardments and all kinds of craziness that's going on, and sonic and electronic ball breakers and all that kind of stuff. And it's exciting. Quotes are good, the dialogue's good, the gunplay is good. I mean, it's an RTS, but the flashy guns going off is good. It's exciting to play. And I don't see that with this yet. I don't really hear much of the dialogue, so we don't have the whole picture yet. So I'm going to do my best to withhold judgment, but I'm just going to leave you with this. I've been saying they and them, and I hope they fix this and whatnot, and the they is Relic, okay? And need I remind you that Dawn of War 3 happened. So I don't mean to be hard on them. I do though. Like y'all, you ruined Dawn of War for real. Seriously. Like how hard is it to just like I don't understand. I'm not gonna get into it. This is about Age of Empires 4. Relic is the they, and it's not that long ago that they destroyed another franchise, okay? So just please keep that in your mind before everybody just rushes that it's gonna be the greatest thing. This is the first real gameplay that we've gotten to see, and it looks okay. I know a lot of people say whelmed a lot, but I'm whelmed. I'm not impressed. It just looks like another game to me. I'm still gonna enjoy it, but I just don't get excited about this stuff anymore. I'd like to think that gives me a little bit of a more honest perspective on this. I know I am a bit pessimistic, but once you've been let down by studios as many times as I have, once you've been excited for a product, you look at things differently. So, as always, I advise caution. Let's wait for more videos to come out and see if this ends up being good. If you made it this far in the video, please do subscribe. It does help the channel out, and be sure to hit that like button. Do not assault the like button. I don't want a lawsuit on my hands. Just touch it gently enough to turn it blue, and that'll suffice. So thanks for hanging around. Once again, I'm Dave at Sarkman Gaming. I'll see you in the next video. Be safe.